Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of a secret of mine. It's the fact that I'm obsessed with dating reality shows, right? And if you watch these shows nearly as much as I do, you begin to notice like these certain, character types that begin to show up. And in particular, I'm gonna be talking about someone from the most recent season of this Netflix show called Love is Blind. But for those of you that don't know already, Love is Blind and the premise behind that show pretty much is there's 10 single guys and 10 single girls that go into this like little warehouse where I don't know why I included the warehouse detail, but they pretty much go to this location, right? Where they date each other blindly for 10 days. And the guys and the girls, not, no homo, right? But pretty much the goal behind all these blind dates is to get to know each other enough, on a fundamental level without the physical shit and all that. Their test of love is, truly blind, right? But we're not talking about the premise of the show today at all, no. But what I wanted to talk about today is one of the more interesting characters from the Love is Blind experiment, and it's Matthew from season 6. Alright, so starting off the first episode of this season, my, initial thought of Matthew was the fact that this man was like, crazy awkward. And I don't mean like, crazy, you're crazy awkward, bro. I mean like, crazy awkward. You get what I'm saying? Starting off with his dates or whatnot, he has a list of 13 questions that he wants his, his partner to answer. And if this was like a regular date, that would be kind of weird as hell if your date just showed up with the list of 13 questions for you to answer. But I think in this format specifically, it makes a lot of sense, It's a little cute, unique, fun thing to do, right? But the way this nigga Matt was handling the questions was not cute or fun. It was kind of psychopathic.
You pick the number and then you get a corresponding question.
Number 4, please.
This one's been requested a couple times. We try to be something different.
But apart from these like awkward ass interactions that Matthew was having initially, he actually begins to strike it off. With this girl named AD. And this is a surprise because like before this, he was giving the cold shoulder to the vast majority of the women on this, experiment or whatever. So once the women get back to their camp, they just start discussing their dates, and then the subject of Matthew comes up, and all the women are in tune because like, look bro, this nigga Matthew, he's like an enigma. No one understands him. Even the guys don't understand him. He doesn't talk to anyone, right? So we're moving forward. And for a little bit of context, AD at this, at this current point in time was considering her options, right? Between these two different dudes who were pursuing her, which were Matthew and Clay. And Clay at this time was fucking up with AD and the things he was saying, right? And this was the time for Matthew to come in and, seal the deal with his lady, right? And he does this by giving her like this genuine sounding speech, right? And I'm not gonna lie, when I was listening to it the first time, it had me feeling like all, giddy and warm inside and shit, bro.
It just feels different.
I feel really connected to you.
Okay.
For sure.
There's a large part of me that thinks that there's really only two outcomes from this.
Yeah.
And that's either with you or not.
Oh.
Should I have started off with jokes instead of going deep?
No.
And I hope you know that when I'm saying this, I'm not embellishing. I'm trying to be as honest as I can. But what is my greatest accomplishment? Finding you.
But remember what I said at the start of the video about there being like particular characters in these reality shows? Yeah, Matthew is one of them niggas, alright? Because the same shit he was just saying to AD was the same exact shit he was saying to another woman, bar for bar, like no deviations in the words. He was going bar for bar, word for word, repeating the same shit to two different women. I understand this is a dating show where you're dating multiple people, but nigga, if you're telling like the two women the same exact shit, like the way, like to the level he was doing it, that's kind of sociopathic. That is kind of sociopathic, I'm not gonna lie. But girls talk amongst themselves, and eventually AD gets to talking to the other girl that Matthew was entertaining, right? And then this is where AD eventually finds out that Matthew likes to square his words, and she was not happy whatsoever. Like, look at her fucking face. The emotion she is feeling right now is fucking palpable. They're palpable, bro.
Which is good. I mean, it was a great date.
Yeah.
Words are nice, right? But like, I need action. He did talk about action. He was like, do you need to draw me a map so like, come get you?
But eventually, she lets the other girl know that, you know, Matthew was playing them both, right? And this inadvertently causes the other girl to end up, you know, leaving the experiment entirely. And so now it comes time for AD to confront Matthew herself about, you know, like, what the fuck? You know, you're playing us both, right? And this is the part that made me go like, yeah, this nigga might be a little bit crazy. Just a little bit crazy, right? Because his main gripe with the situation wasn't the fact that he was just, you know, being a complete douchebag to both these women and playing them like in a way that he played them specifically, you know, playing on their emotions, talking about like I could not do this shit if I didn't have the blessing from your father, and, you know, just like, you know, stressing on those points to both the women, but whatever. You know, like his main issue was the fact that he would appear as an you know, as an asshole to America, right? That was his main issue. He was like, oh man, I'm gonna look like such a dickbag to the rest of America, you know?
You sound devastated. Is it because Amber's gone?
Yeah, I feel like I broke somebody's heart on national TV.
You've... Yeah.
And then I did the same thing to you yesterday.
Yeah.
America's gonna be watching.
Okay, Matthew. Well, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
And like, am I not mistaken, or is that not something like sociopathic and psychopathic niggas do? You know, like one of their like main things they care about is not emotion, not any of that. It's their fucking image first and foremost. How they're, you know, perceived by other people. Like, is that not like sociopathic behavior? But yeah, Matthew's upset that, you know, one of his options ended up leaving as well, so he ends up, you know, not pursuing the experiment. I just wanted to highlight like the edit that Matthew got, because I know like a lot of the times with, you know, reality shows, it's genuinely like how the edit happens that makes you perceive the people on the show, right? I'm sure there's a lot of shit we didn't see from Matthew that would sway our opinions on him and make us, you know, not consider him fucking, you know, a crazy nigga, right? But that's just the edit he got, right? And hey, look, I am not saying he wasn't one toxic ass nigga, okay? That's a fact. But I'm just, you know, offering him a little bit of grace, because on the show he seems literally fucking crazy. Like, literally fucking crazy. But, yeah. Like I was saying, sometimes that's just how the edit happens, you know? They make the niggas out to be like more awkward than they actually were or something. You know, but he's still a toxic ass motherfucker, you feel me? I also just wanted to give some context to him outside of this show, because he does recognize the fact that he played these women badly. And, yeah. But, yeah. Thank you for hanging out to the end. I will see you when I see you. I'm just hungry. Shit.